He talked about closing schools. I expected students to be annoyed, but to my surprise, people jumped. This work that is at home alone depresses students.
What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, welcome. If this is your first time, it's Nibol as usual, and this is Mental Health with Nibol, a place where we talk about mental health challenges, things like depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder. And today we have a guest in the house. You people, introduce yourself to our viewers.
I'm Najuna Brown, a student pursuing clinical medicine, second year.
Thank you for agreeing to speak to us. Now, Najuna, we understand this lockdown, the second lockdown, has had an effect because, you know, like last year we had that whole year when we were home and we didn't study, so we're expecting that this year would maximize things and get done, and now there's a lockdown, but that has not sat well with students because we feel like we're going to do these courses for way longer than we had anticipated. How has that affected you as an individual?
Speaking on an individual basis, it has not been really good, and I still think it is the same for people out there, especially when it comes to students. But of course, you know, as students, you may feel bad, you as a person, but some other student there is feeling good. For example, me when we were listening to the president's speech that night he gave it, he talked about closing schools. I expected students to be annoyed, but to my surprise, people jumped, people celebrated, and deep down me inside, I'm feeling like, this is not good, this is really bad.
Maybe because you're a medical student?
Not necessarily being a medical student, but what I think for every student with a vision who thinks they should finish very fast, those who value life after studies, they were really not good. But of course, we still take into consideration
everyone else.
Yeah, of course, the decisions that were made were really good for our own health, benefits before the virus could spread and it gets all of us.
Okay, that was great, Najuna. Thank you for sharing your opinion. And well, this lockdown has like mental health impact on some of the students. Like the people that are depressed because they've gone back home, they're going to sit down with people they're not compatible with. And how would you advise a student out there that is right now watching any view of mental health if he or she is depressed, or if he or she is having a hard time? How would you advise them? What should they do to cope better?
It's really not going to be easy.
True.
Speaking on the basis of the last experience of the other lockdown, very many people are depressed. I was on social media the other day watching a video, and someone posted a clip. They were digging a Makerere University student who was holding a hoe, but they were already complaining when they had just started working. Well, they feel like they should be to school again. I mean, this work that is at home alone depresses students. And you know, students have been used to this lifestyle of waking up and all they do is read books. Go to class, read books, do this and this, come back, discuss with friends. And now it's a different case when we go out there in our villages, in our homes.
The digging the whole day.
Thank you. For example, me, while I was still the other lockdown when I was in the village, it reached a moment when I woke up and the thing I would think of, you know, I was tired of waking up every morning. What I'm thinking of is farm, garden, carrying manure, fetching water, this and that, you know.
And so you were stressed from the beginning of the day.
Exactly. Wake up with a bias that this day is already hectic. I'm not going to do anything productive. But I came to realize with time, well, I was depressed, but it was still for my own good. I came to appreciate that the crops that I watered came to blossom. That the coffee that I harvested is the one that gave me pocket money. The goats that I took for grazing, when I was leaving home, I'm like, you know what, mom? That one is, we sold it off and I got a little bit of tip. It may be depressing, it may create, it may be hard, but what I can really say is we take it to
are you saying we should change the way we look at things?
Thank you.
Look at it positively?
Yeah, we look at it positively. And also, one thing that made me happy out of that lockdown, that I did was starting a business of making masks.
You started a business of making masks?
Yeah. While we are in the villages, we can actually try to be innovative.
Okay.
We can try to find things that we can do. We are not supposed to just sit there and wait. We can learn new skills. We can try to bake. In some sort of a way, it is going to reduce
Brian, thank you for that insight. And recently there was that story of the girl who slit her wrist and then she died because she overbled. People are committing suicide because them and their parents cannot understand. Like sometimes a child is trying so hard, but because their parents expect them to do things a certain way, they make it hard for them. How would you advise parents, like if anyone's parent was watching you, like how would they help their children without having to push them into depression? Like even if a child is doing something that the parent doesn't approve, as a youth, I know there are ways you would expect an adult to approach you and you would react well, as opposed to other ways. What are those ways? How can an adult, a parent, approach their kid without pushing the kid into depression?
Firstly, that question is very tricky. I, not being a parent,
True.
to have handled my own children, but at least I've had a chance to take care of my little siblings. The way I handle them is a little bit nice.
Okay.
At some point, a little bit tough.
Okay.
But all I can say about that is to our parents, please, while handling us, while handling your little children, be lenient to them. These heavy punishments, speaking rude to them is really not good. You can try to find better ways of correcting this.
Like what children. Better way? Maybe some parents don't know the better way because they were raised by the iron hand and so they know the methods of the iron. What is that way that a parent could speak to you? Like if I was your mother right now and you did something wrong, then how would you expect me to approach you in a way that would not, in a way that you'd think, oh yeah, I did something wrong and I should. If I came shouting at you when you're with your friends, if I came blaming you, if I started abusing you in front of your younger siblings, I know that would have an impact, a negative impact. You'd start thinking, you just want to shame me, mom, you just want to shame me, like that. So what are some of those ways that you think parents should do?
Okay. Sweet talk. Sweet
talk an African child?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it's very difficult, especially in the upbringing, but I believe every person on earth can succumb to a sweet talk, to the good things. Anyone who does you good, you'll think about them first. For example, if I did something wrong, and instead of my parent coming shouting at me, they called me and they're like, hey Brian, why did you do that? Please don't do it again. Come on. Well, it will take me, at least, I may not take it at that time, but believe me, at some point I'll be seated, I'll be sleeping, I'll be somewhere alone, and I'll think about those words.
True.
But of course, they are hard students. Hard children that even when you talk to them, they won't take the words in.
Especially adolescents, right? Like
you get
teenagers.
Yes.
Okay.
So there, You can try a lot of some sort of giving gifts. If they refuse,
You want parents to bribe kids?
yes, exactly. Bribe your own kid. You get?
That's corruption. Okay.
Yes. Bribe your own kid.
Uh-huh.
If that
That
is what
would help.
that will help. You get? Where that won't work, then of course a slap or two. Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
parents, what Najuna is
a
saying.
slap or two.
Uh-huh.
Me, well, you know, this African setup, a slap is needed.
Oh yeah.
You're not going to kill someone with a slap. It will be just to show them your
No,
anger,
but I
express
think-
your anger.
I think the punishment of a slap, okay, not on the face, but the punishment of a slap only comes into a young child, so the kid will know that next time I do this, they will slap me. But an adult, Najuna, if I slap you, you may slap me back. Have you-
No, unless you, the child, also you have a problem. But now at this state, we are assuming that you, the
child
child,
will be
is
it.
good, and the parent is having a problem. But well, why should you, as a child, disobey your own parent? Well,
Adolescence.
yes, adolescence takes part, but
Okay. So parents, you've had them, and then lastly, Brian, you can give in like 30 seconds. What should we've spoken about how parents should react, but then how about kids? What should they do? Don't just say obey. Like we've had that from baby class. What practical thing can a child do? What practical thing can, if I went home to my mom, what practical thing should I do to keep us in good harmony? You know, like lockdown is actually the time we get to spend with our parents the most time. Like, you know, like the longest time we've been home, like for those of us that have been going to boarding school, used to be 2 months. And in those 2 months, you'd be home, but your parents would be at work. But now, there is no work, there's no work. People are just there all at home. So in what way, in what practical way can I live with my mom or my auntie or my dad well under the same roof?
well, these things we already know. Like you already said, obedience.
No,
Obedience,
because
of course.
it's
Yeah,
a general
yeah.
term. I
And
want one practical
you know,
thing.
you know those general things. They are the things that we need to emphasize. That's why when the president is making a speech today, he won't stop saying, "Put on your masks." He won't stop saying, "Wash your hands." He won't stop saying this because thinking that you already know them. But me as a person, the best thing that I can give to my fellow students, children out there, little ones, is one: listen. Do more of listening than talking. Listen. When you listen to your
Parents.
it will force you to think about what you're about to do, about what they have told you, about the general situation around the home. So please, if you're out there, try to listen. From the listening, maybe you'll be able to obtain something better. You'll be able to make better decisions.
Well, thank you so much, Najuna. Guys, you've heard what Najuna is saying. He's Brian if Najuna is very hard for you. So listen to your parents, obey what they're telling you.
And everybody around you.
Yeah,
it
not
may
just
actually be
parents.
someone younger than you.
True.
If-
Okay. So you guys also, I think the other thing is sometimes don't wait to be told to do some stuff. If you know you're supposed to mop, wake up in the morning and mop, so that you don't end up in these back and forth things with your parents. Rachel, why haven't you mopped? Oh, I'm coming. Rachel, why haven't you? Just do it, and spend the rest of the afternoon finding something to do with your time, volunteering, trying to make money, making masks, anything, and go on Google. You find anything on Google. By the way, Google things like how to make money in 10 hours. You get all those options. Thank you so much for watching this thing. If you've not yet subscribed, remember to subscribe. Remember to share this video to people who you think it will be of help. We love you. Mask up. Keep social distancing. And we pray by 19th July we're able to go back to school so that we go back to our old routines. Have a lovely week. Goodbye.